安寧と調和が続く太平の大地。幸福への冷蔵庫として反逆の行政は近天に輝く。フェイト、グランドオーダー、コスモス・イン・ザ・ロストベルト、人知統合申告、シン。
Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Fate Grand Order. We are in the Synchronized Intellect Nation S.I.N, which, just going off of what I hear, my immediate thought is, and the fact that they use the word we, whoever the mysterious Lostbelt king is, makes me feel like it's literally going to be a nation of, like, people with synchronized brains. Sort of like the Valkyries, but on a massive scale. Those look terrifying. This is like Hyper Midgar, huh? Oh boy. Well, let's see what we can do with that. Well, first off, Eternal Empire, I don't know what class this is we're fighting. That's a concern. So, we're gonna definitely want to grab ourselves a... well, for one, hey, we got servants again. That's sick. I just realized that. Give me a Merlin, because when in doubt, Merlin makes me happy. There's a happy Merlin. And then otherwise, yeah, we can just stick with this team for now. Though I might, for hits and shiggles, switch you off for... Mia? And let's give that new craft essence a try. Let's see where it is, though. Is it going to be at the start of the 9s? No. Is it going to be midway through or at the end of the 9s? Because it's a 9. Right there it is. Noble Phantasm strength by 30% and chance to gain 5 C-stars when attacking for himself only if he's equipped with it. Well, we'll give that a shot. We'll see how that works. Did we even read its description? A soldier is running through the crossfire. The Guardian takes out his targets precisely, swiftly, and mercilessly. He cannot abandon the mission he was tasked, nor can he save the many lives he wished to. But the ambition consumes him like a fire as he keeps resisting the unavoidable fate. Interesting, there's no illustrator. I wonder if that's a Union thing or if that is a reused art. I don't know. And then you'll be in the back just with a quick boosty boost. Where's the boosty boost? Also, look at this. People in the comments were telling me that this exact thing is here. I can't believe that this is here. Because I've clicked this and I've always seen these at the top. I'm like, yeah, the rarity filter. But then I didn't see that there was an effect filter. That's pretty good. So in the future, I may find myself using that a bit more. But as for now, no, I think I'm good. And actually, we'll switch those off. Okay. Well, let's go. I was really worried that we won't be able to use any Mystic Code stuff, but no, we can. Qin Shi Huwang, the Emperor of Qin. Qin? Am I saying that right? I have no clue. You know what? Much like with God or Damarung, I'm just going to say this. I'll accept whatever I say. It's fine.
Qin Shi Huwang, you say? Don't you think it's a little far-fetched? King Shi Huwang is from the BC era. How could he possibly still be alive in 2020?
Well, normally you'd be right, but are you forgetting the Tsar we just recently fought who had been living for around 500 years? So is it really a stretch that a Chinese emperor might have managed to survive over 2,000 years? The Qin Empire had a legal system, standardized units of measurements, paper money. It was very much ahead of its time in many ways. China would go on to see the rise and fall of many other dynasties, but when it comes to making progress as a civilization, such instability is unhelpful. If Qin had remained as the sole power in China, no doubt it would have reached a point where it would easily swallow up neighboring countries, which could in turn have sped up humanity's overall progress considerably. Yep, I could easily see that happening if someone like King Shi Huang had been able to keep on ruling. In fact, he actually spent a lot of his later years searching for a way to achieve immortality. Qin collapsed due to political instability after King Shi Huang's death, right? In which case, King Shi Huang somehow succeeded at becoming immortal in this history, much like how Ivan the Terrible did so by becoming a Yaga. It would theoretically be possible for China to skip all of its years of instability and civil war and go straight towards modernization. That could definitely explain how they were able to build something so huge along a satellite orbit path. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the sort of thing King Shi Huang wanted to build all along. One thing we do know is that a nation has not seen the kind of societal change that typically accompanies scientific progress. The advancement of science inevitably makes authoritarian regimes obsolete past a certain point, but just look at that village. Yeah, they might as well still be stuck in the BC era. Regardless of who this most glorious and majestic heavenly emperor residing in Shenyang might be, it seems clear he has no intention of sharing the benefits of all his progress with the citizens. Hang on. Some sort of projectile was just fired from the capital. It's headed this way. In fact, it looks like it's going to land right in this village. Ruh-roh. Sounds like an airplane. I can see it from here. It looks like a rocket. I certainly hope it's not some kind of intercontinental ballistic missile. Oh, that's a benefaction. Benefaction? Yeah, the most glorious and majestic heavenly emperor used those to grant gifts whenever there's a celebration. Oh, I see. We know exactly where it lands, so it's perfectly safe as long as you keep your distance. Why would there be one now, though? Is today some sort of holiday? I don't think so. Then it's not an attack after all. That's a relief, but it still seems like a rough way to send a package. I'm afraid we're not so lucky. I'm seeing vital signs inside that thing, along with a magical energy signal we're all too familiar with. That's a master and their servant, no mistake. Ah, if they mean to attack us, we will respond with due force.
Phew! Oh, come on. You're telling me they're making their way here in that?
That does seem like a somewhat less than ideal convenience. It will no doubt be a rough landing. No problem there, since it's a master traveling with their servant. Yeah, the servant can handle the landing. Exactly, Tanner. I knew you'd know how to make effective use of a servant. Here it comes. Everyone brace for impact. As we expected. So that is this Lostbelt's cryptor. That's Akuda Hanako. I see. So China's her territory. Akuda. Looks like you're taking this seriously, Mash. And here I thought I'd find you smirking. I'd never do that. I take no joy whatsoever in fighting you. And you're even more hopeless than I thought. You're no better than the animals who lack a concept of shame. I feel no more animosity toward you than I do a cockroach nest before I exterminate it. Even that is more emotion than you deserve. That's terrible. Yikes. Yikes. Are you really Akuda Hinako? You're nothing like you were back in Kalia. Da Vinci. So it's true. You really were killed. You might not believe me, but that body of yours is perfect. You have achieved the realm that humans cannot reach with their meager insight. The true new form that intelligent aim for. I'm surprised you would make something like that, Leonardo. Humans really are just... No, as long as you're part of Kalia, that makes you my enemy. You'll have no sympathy from me. Saber, eliminate them. Remove these eyesores from my sight. As you wish, Master. Here they come, Senpai. We're about to face Akuda Hinako and her Saber. Commencing battle. Well, I mean, it's a good thing. It's a damn good thing we got Archer in the back. But otherwise, the rest of my party ain't so hot. We'll see here. Is this a proper one with, like, command seals and stuff? Because if so, that's surprising. It's so fat. Fate of battle. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, that is a fancy one. Okay, you didn't actually do anything for that, so thank you. Let's start with this. Let's grab a little bit of this. Let's go 1, 2, 3. Again, get as much as we can for this. Let's see if we can get... He doesn't have a break gauge either. Oh, he can give himself charges. That's not fun. Oh, horse combat. Dynasty Warriors. Well, we can get rid of some of yours. And that'll help us do some of this. Okay. Not bad so far, actually. Okay. Let's go. Yeah, let's, you know what, let's go like this, and we're gonna go, actually, no, I want to do this, actually, because then we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. Okay. Merlin's ready for his. Saber's got hers. Okay. I am just slightly concerned if he pops his charge gain one, but we'll see here. Just in case, I'm gonna pop an evade on you specifically. And let's do a hero creation on you. Okay. So let's go. You know what? Yeah, we'll do a thing, and then we'll see if we can hold on to him. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, and hopefully those crits deal good damage. And if he does charge, then we'll tank it. And then if he doesn't, then we will pop the invincible next turn. Not bad. Not bad at all. Especially for not a good type matchup. That's what I like to see, though. Nice. Okay, let's see. He has one more. Nope, we're good. Oh, he's done. He won't even get it off. I mean, just to be careful, I will. Who knows? Maybe he has, like, some, like, Vantage style ability. That would suck. Alright, let's do this. We'll see how it goes. When I say Vantage, I mean, like, from Fire Emblem. You can, if you get an ability that makes it so that, you know, your counter attack comes first, so it means that they, you know, they could stop us before we attack. That would suck. That'd be really bad. Thankfully, that's not a thing in this, at least so far. He's done. Alright. For not knowing what we were going to fight, not too bad. Not too bad at all. Hey, I leveled up! It's been a hot minute since I got one of those. That's good, because I was running out of points there, and I was going to say if I have to pop an apple, I will, but I don't think I will have to now. Now I see. No wonder Ophelia and Kadok lost. You're obviously used to fighting with servants. That experience has given you quite an edge. Master would be foolish to continue this battle any longer. I suggest we make a temporary retreat. Damn, I really underestimated them. Let's go, Saber. Yes, Master. Very straightforward set of them, huh? Akuda. The enemy has retreated, Master. The battle is over. Foo-foo! I'm surprised they gave up so easily. Then again, Akuda was always pretty decisive. No, I'm afraid that we neither dealt her a decisive blow, nor we were able to make her show off her hand. If anything, now she knows how strong we truly are, but she is a lot stronger than she lets on. Yeah, she's a tough opponent. Looks like she wasn't kidding about exterminating us like cockroaches. She only took the direct approach this time because she thought she could wipe us out. That just wasn't the sort of fight she wanted. This just wasn't. She'd rather retreat and figure out a strategy that will let her win without putting in any real effort. Looks like the profile of her saying she was a neat freak was right on the money. A neat freak, huh? You sure was an NEET freak? Because I get that more from her. I mean, she did jump out at us and attack us, you know, and leave her room, but... So you went and make a great fool... Oh, the reading is still bad, but it's better than before still.
So you went and made a great fool of yourself. We will not laugh at you. Your little show with the Chaldeans was interesting.
I'm guessing it's a big, scary guy. I blame no one but myself for my disgraceful performance. Still, perhaps now you at least understand the threat these invaders pose, Your Imperial Majesty.
Threat? A threat, you say? Why should we feel threatened just because you retreated? Well, since your little display amused us, you may continue it. In fact, you may bring 10 of our puppets with you for a second act.
With all due respect, Your Imperial Majesty, if you treat this latest disaster as mere entertainment...
We might say the same of you, Akuda. Given the reluctance with which you engage in combat, we can only conclude that this is some sort of game to you. If you are going to fight, then fight to win. There is nothing to be gained by running away before you suffer so much as a single loss.
Understood, Your Imperial Majesty. I won't fail again.
Good. We look forward to a future showing with a bit more substance to it.
Yo, these funky beats, though. Oh, Your Imperial Majesty, you're so bad. Is this your way of punishing poor little Akuda?
Is that how it seemed to you, Kaminsky?
Koyanskaya.
We see no sense in punishing her when we do not yet even think of these Chaldeans as our enemy. They may have come here from another world, but that is also true of you and Akuta.
Yes, I suppose that's true. If these Chaldeans are here to mount an attack, we would have to suspect you two as their advance guard. Akuda and I came here to pay our respects and offer our services as soon as we arrived, Your Imperial Majesty. But the only thing Kali has done since they arrived is cause trouble and mayhem in your territory. Don't you think that sets us apart kind of a lot?
Indeed, you have a point, but that is not why Akuta went after them. Is that not? To scold them for their poor manners? You outsiders certainly do care quite a great deal about etiquette.
I don't know who he is, and I want to learn because he seems interesting. We got sabers and riders, and oh, look at all these unknown servants, huh? Well, let's grab the gold one. So we got sabers and riders, huh? Well, you know what? Let's bring you up. You have that. You'll be there. And we'll switch off you for you, because I want to give you a shot. We'll see how it goes. And yeah, you're good at the back there. And yeah, we'll stick with that. And we'll see who this is. I don't know who the gold servant is. There's 3 of them. We're apparently going to run into 3 servants here. What's Akuda Hinako like? Well, the last version of me wasn't too involved with Team A, so I can't speak from experience. But her record said she was extremely careful in every aspect of her relationships to others. That reminds me. Kadok used to say she had a personal connection to Director Marisbury. Really? That's news to me. Then again, I could see her allowing Kadok to believe that. But why would she do that? Probably to keep the kid at arm's length, I guess. I wouldn't be shocked to hear she had similar strategies for everyone. My guess is that she was trying to cultivate a very specific image of herself among Team A. Namely, to leave the faintest impression among them, to seem neither too hostile nor too friendly. In other words, a stalwart misanthrope. Well, yeah, basically, but you don't have to be quite so blunt about it, Holmes. True, she did like to keep to herself. She did her best to avoid interacting with anyone. The main thing I remember about her is how quiet she was. I never saw her get upset or even smile. If she wasn't curled up in a corner of her room reading, it was because she was getting new books from the library. I always felt bad about interrupting her. Honestly, I'm pretty sure she wasn't cut out for combat at all, no matter how much aptitude she might have had for being a master. Based strictly on her profile, out of all the cryptors, I thought she might be the only one we could maybe resolve things with peacefully.
Well, we couldn't have been more wrong. I'm still getting chills from those icy glares of hers. I've never seen such naked contempt in my life. The only thing that comes close is Koyan Sky's glare whenever I'd make a move on her after having too much to drink.
True, we're just Dempsey rolling through that, all right. Sure. The Akuda Hinako we just fought was nothing like the quiet girl her profile described. Her sheer hostility was... No, not hostility, it was more like disgust. By the way, I never expected that from her. There's one thing I can remember that might help explain it. Huh? It was back when we were all taking a break in the rec room, sometime after Team A had been formed. Kadok was nursing a drink while Beryl cheered him on. Ishtaria and David were arguing about mythology. Pepperoncino was teasing Ophelia with some sort of joke. As usual, Akuda was off reading by herself, refusing to participate in any of the conversations. I'm certain that whenever I looked directly at her, she always had her nose in her book. I'm sure anyone else who had been there would agree there with me, but when I happened to catch a glimpse of Akuda's reflection in the glass I was polishing, I realized that wasn't the case at all. She was actually just hiding her face behind the book, and was in fact keeping a close watch on each of us. She was so guarded, almost as though she was terrified of something. But by the time I turned around to look at her, she had her nose back in her book. She went right back to pretending to read the second she sensed my eyes on her. My immediate thought is, does she have like some type of clairvoyance? She knows what's going to happen, right? We'll see. Well, that's kind of unnerving. Akuda wasn't disinterested in her teammates at all. If anything, I think she was so suspicious about something that she never let her guard down. Unfortunately, I was never able to ask her why she was so afraid of her team. It seemed like a subject I should avoid at all costs. Sounds to me like she was more guarded about people in general than her teammates specifically. Maybe there was something she was trying to keep secret. We still have her background file, along with the results from her selection exam. Maybe we should take another look at it. Want to handle that, Holmes? This sort of thing is what you detective types are all about, right? That and investigating cheating spouses, of course. Unfaithful spouses aside, that sort of thing's indeed where a true detective shines. By all means, send the data to my workshop. Hello. Your attention, please. I have a Da Vinci warning to make. Shan Yang just fired another projectile. It doesn't look like this one's aimed at the village, but after calculating its landing point, I found it's coming from the same direction in which Akuda Hinako retreated. And I'm pretty sure that means reinforcements, right? I think so too. Of course, it'd be suicide to send normal soldiers via rocket, so it's probably carrying weaponry. Akuda's almost certainly going to try and attack us again, so we need to be ready to fight back. Da Vinci, what about summoning more servants? I believe enough time has passed that you should be more than possible to do so. Yep, we're all set there. In fact, I just finished the summoning right now, since we're going up against an empire that has stood for thousands of years and its emperor. Oh. I decided to bring along 3 musketeer rebels. Mordred? Huh. Spartacus? Oh no. Jinkei? That makes sense. Musketeer rebels? Mordred, the rebel of the Round Table. Sup, guys? Spartacus, the liberator of the slave gladiators.
Death to all oppressors!
And Jinkei, the world's foremost expert in assassinating King Huwang. Oh! You are the one. Oh, yeah, you're useful. Wait, what? That's why you brought me here? Yeah, that makes sense. You're trying to take down the Qing Empire, right? And King Huwang with it, right? You're giving me another chance to kill him, right? Oh, that is great, really. Definitely couldn't have picked anyone better for the job. But what's with the 3 musketeers thing? You know my spirit origin. Hell, even my noble phantasm has got to be stronger than ever thanks to the fame and tradition boost. So how come I'm getting treated like I'm second string? I mean, I don't have any objection to you choosing to summon me, of course. It's just pitiful.
Now, we all hate oppressors here. I would be honored to fight by your side in toppling this one, heroic spirit assassin Jinkei.
Hell yeah, my old man's fought Kaldi a bunch of times too, you know. You said this guy's an emperor? No sweat then. I don't know what back-assward Roman province he rules, but I'm sure we'll have plenty of chances to off him. Is it just me, or is Spartacus's ability to make sense rubbing off on Mordred? I don't think so. I mean, true, she didn't always make the most sense in Camelot, but she was a huge help to us in London. Well, whatever. I'm just glad I'll have allies I can count on to help me out this time. Since I finally have another chance to end Qin Shi Huang's life with my own hands, nothing else matters.
Exactly. Let us bring this oppressor to justice together.
Nobody plays king around me and lives to do it again. Well, at least they should still be more help than King Huwang was. So I hate to impose on you guys so soon, but the enemy's wasting no time coming after us. There's a servant headed our way at high speed, along with... hang on, there's more of them now. This is weird. I'm seeing magical energy signals, but no vital signs. Robots? Oh, robots! I absolutely called it. Foot soldiers? No, I can see they aren't human. Are those puppets? Perhaps some sort of automata? Correct. They may be hi! Welcome back. You're just here again. Correct. They may be silent, but they are soldiers nonetheless. Thanks to them, I am finally able to make use of my true skills as a general. Those movements, I did not want to believe it was. Be careful, Saber. It seems they've added to their ranks as well. This is wild! We're just literally getting these characters just brought right... We're literally fighting right from the start. Hell yeah, they have. I don't know what this Lostbelt shit's about, but this is my battlefield now. Whatever you're trying to pull, you better believe I'm gonna smash it.
Well said. From now on, you will need to contend with 3 musketeers.
No, none of that. Shame on you. I guess Sparty really liked that name. Heroic spirits who delight in battle and bloodshed, huh? You make me sick. Make sure to finish them this time, Saber. Don't hold anything back. Very well, Master. I shall end this with my secret attack. Are you gonna show us your secret attack on the second node of this entire Lostbelt? If so, that is strange. That's a weird choice. So far, this is a bit weird that we're getting up into them right now, you know? Oh, I like their little, like, dynasty headpieces. That's cute. Alright, well, let's start with just... They have a lot of HP. So yeah, just 5 stars for attacking. That's kind of good. That's kind of really good. Okay. Let's go... So let's see here. Because that means that you can literally... Not always. Okay, yeah, it is a chance. That's really good. Did that say excavation form? Are these meant to be the terracotta soldiers kind of modernized there? That's interesting. Hey, can we get some crits, please? Please? Not you guys, I meant me. Ugh. Can't do anything with you. Okay. Yeah, it is seemingly not the biggest chance, which is kind of a shame. Let's pop this. I'm going to absorb your meter, because you're gonna die soon. I don't want that. Okay, let's go. Okay, that 100 there, that was good. So let's do that. Big hitty. Ah, we didn't put on his skill up, so that's why it didn't do as much. Okay. I'm gonna pop an evade on you, because I do want you for the next phase. You can get a full combo. It's probably just gonna be a single really good hit. That's usually what it is with these guys. 7,000, can you do that? Oh god, you're not that super strong. Oh! He killed the music. Bro, you were so strong, you killed the music. What the frick? Okay, let's close that. Can we open it? Oh, wow. Alright. Well, hi there, everyone. Are you enjoying the terrifying silence? I sure am. Well, we're gonna do it after this battle here. Oh, but what if he has dialogue? Okay, after this phase, I'll close the app and open it again. Well, this is strange, to say the least. I think this happened one time before, and I don't remember who it happened with, but I remember being equally as surprised, and it was just as funny. Because, like, normally, anytime this thing would happen, it'd be like, oh yeah, that's just, you know, my recording end or something. But no, this is the app itself. I have no audio currently. All right. So, let's go to the next phase, and then I'm going to close the app as soon as we come on in. So, he's on his own. I think he's ascended, because I don't remember that arm guard. No, he's not. He does have that. Okay. Yeet. Let's do my test. Yeah, we still have audio. I love this Rockman X Dive. The fact that it's the Capcom jingle right away. That's my test to check that my emulator is properly playing audio. I use it every time. Because that sound, I know when it sounds right, and I know when it sounds wrong. Right? Because that Capcom jingle was actually my ringtone for a long time. And there was like people in public would be like, yo, is that the Capcom jingle? Just kidding. They would never say that. I kind of wish they did. Yeah, please let me resume the battle. Okay. We'll see how we do against him. Because, I mean, if it just comes down to, like, Emiya or Gil, we might... Well, we'll see. He does have a break gauge this time. Start getting you some of that. Okay, I'm gonna pop this. How many stars do we have? 31. Let's do some of these. Get these going. Pop this. Okay. And we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. See if we can get some big crits with him. Look at that. Absolutely manic damage. Oh! Oh, you're just popping it immediately. Really? He just shows that he's a femboy and that does damage? It doesn't do damage even, it just lowers our meters? Really? That's interesting. Huh. Okay, well. Sure. Let's see how much decrease it does for the damage, because, I mean, it says he decreased the damage, so we'll see here. We'll see if it's enough to do, you know, to break through Enema Elish in a full combo. I mean, especially because you're a servant, so you get even more damage. Unless you're Journey of the Stars or whatever. Pioneer of the Stars. Nope. You're still done. Alright, the break gauge doesn't break till we do it. Forgot about that. Maybe the battle's over, we'll see. Are you retreating again? Nope. Dance of the Azure Dragon, crits down. Okay. Well, at least we know the Noble Phantasm is not something that I'm super concerned about. Like, there are ones that are more troubling, definitely. And then we do stuff like that, and it's just like, you know, redonkulous. Okay, so charge gain, buff chance up. Okay. Let's go 1, 2, 3. Do your stuff. I am the of my sleep. Again, sabers. We're good. Okay. Yeah, hit him like one more time, please, just so I can get more meter. Oh, darn it. Okay, well, we're gonna actually. Nope, that is not a suck, which I want. We're gonna get that on you, and let's actually go. I mean, we could possibly get your Noble Phantasm, but I don't even think we really need it. So honestly, let's just do this. Because I think that 70% crit should kill. Let's see here. Well, you got a crit. So did you. And so did you. How lucky. Alright. So, like, you have to see the Noble Phantasm pretty much. So are they going to comment on the fact that Dang, you look like a femboy. And why did you say accursed? What's going on? Curses, I cannot believe that even my leadership is not enough to defeat them. Wearing a mask to boost his leadership capabilities, a level of influence over his forces that borders on a curse. That saber's true name is the Prince of Lanling, also known as Gao Shangong of the Northern Qi. Saber, stand down. We're going to regroup. But thank you for just spoiling it. Wow. To be fair, though, that's kind of... It'd be nice if he does that more. We cannot win this battle after your noble phantasm failed. We need a wholly new strategy. As you wish, Master. The enemy's servant and master have retreated. Looks like we managed to survive again. Foo-foo! Are you all right, Tanner? It must be difficult for you to be in combat given your condition. It's fine, just a little fever. Delays my stuff by one turn.
That's our master for you! I applaud your mental mettle in not succumbing to this disease.
Those soldier robot things turn out to be pretty freaking pathetic, huh? Can't believe this king uses them to fight his wars. I've seen scarier dolls. Thought they were supposed to be weapons. Yeah, I figured they'd never send reinforcements by rocket like that. Obviously, I was wrong. No normal flesh and blood soldiers could have survived the impact, but it's no issue for those things. Would it be possible to collect the remains? I'd like to study them further. At a glance, they look a lot like the same kinds of automata we fought dozens of times before. I'm interested in their energy source. I think it might shed some light on this world's inner workings. What is it, Neza? Something on your mind? Yes, possibly. I would like to take a look at the remains as well. Yes, powered by magic, I bet.
We saw your battle from here as well. You need not bother with a third attempt. Your servant alone is clearly no match for them.
I'm afraid not, Your Imperial Majesty.
And we shall provide you with further assistance. Although these servants are indeed formidable foes, another 100 or 200 foot soldiers are unlikely to make much difference. What of your Shang Yu?
Lord Shang Yu, but he's...
Indeed, even now he remains one of our most helpful retainers,
So he's not... This guy isn't Shang Yu.
but it is when facing an unknown enemy that he shines the brightest. It'd be a waste to keep him confined to Shangyang under these circumstances, so we shall lend him to you. Make good use of him.
I will, Your Imperial Majesty. Such unexpected delight. You are far too kind.
Still, sending Xiang Yu out to the front line will require some time to prepare. In the meantime, keep an close eye on Caldia, and continue to ensure they do not attempt to take any action against our empire.
Yes, Your Imperial Majesty. Well, well, I've never seen a Kuda get flustered before. Who knew she had a girlish side to her? That said, I'm surprised you're bringing out Xiang Yu now, Your Imperial Majesty. Don't you think it's time you stop playing around?
What a strange question. Do we appear to be treating this as a game to you, Koyanskaya?
It's... Oh, what? Well, I said it wrong? Konanskaya. It's Koyanskaya. If you truly see Kali as a threat now, the sensible thing to do would be to wipe them out in a single overwhelming strike. And in your case, Your Imperial Majesty, you could accomplish that by merely lifting your little finger.
Yes, we could if we so desired.
And yet you still sent Akuda Hinako out instead. This latest decision may have seemed like you taking things a bit more seriously, but you actually have no reason to believe it'll be a decisive blow. Be honest, Your Imperial Majesty. You aren't testing Caldia. You're testing Akuda Hinako, aren't you?
Indeed. We can see quite clearly that the threat the Carlians pose stems from being backed into a corner, so to speak. What we have yet to see is how Akuta will behave when she believes she has found a means to defeat them.
Still doesn't trust Akuta or me one bit, huh? Well, I guess the king of this Lostbelt wouldn't be a fool, but I can't tell how seriously this whole thing is being taken. It's so much harder to read someone when you can't see their face, oh?
Huh. That aside, we underestimated those servants. I thought they would be a little more than ghosts, but it seems they are quite skilled.
Yes, they are. The magecraft they use is very different from the sage arts your empire has cultivated. There's more to using servants than summoning the souls of decorated heroes and commanding them. The difference between mere necromancy and heroic spirit summoning is that the heroic spirits make contracts to serve their masters of their own free will.
So these dead souls lend their strength in response to the existential threat faced by their world. Would you say that is correct, Korean Chihuahua?
Yes, exactly, Your Imperial Majesty. And once again, my name is Koyanskaya.
What a horrific proposition. To think your world was so perilous it could not even let the dead rest in peace. We would never permit such things to exist in our domain. Those who meet glorious ends would never think to threaten the peace of our world.
I'm sure. I doubt something like the Counterforce would ever even take root here.
We dislike the idea of these guests traipsing around about with the ghosts, doing whatever they please. Fortunately, we have heroes sleeping here who are far more ferocious than these mere ghosts. Is that not correct, Captain of the Guard?
Indeed, Your Imperial Majesty. Given this potential threat to our nation, I suggest we summon the Sleeping Ones in Mount Lee.
Yes, perhaps you are right. Some basic precautionary measures should suffice. We command that the frozen heroes be awakened.
Yes, Your Imperial Majesty. Oh, does that mean you're finally taking this seriously? Oh, Miko. Boy, geez, wonder who she is. Oh, they've literally said she's a Tamamo. Okay. Which actually makes sense, because from what I learned about Tamamo, it is a simultaneous Japanese and Chinese myth. So hey, it makes sense that we're getting her in China here. Wow, you guys were not kidding about these being shorter. Here's a single rank one. Alright, so we got ourselves a Zerker boy. So let's get you. And then let's also then bring up... Okay, we're going to switch you out for our foreigner. So we got foreigner. Although first off... Okay, we'll move you back. You obviously won't use this. Let's see here. You're still good to be here. You'll help out. You know what? We'll bring you to the front. We'll bring you to the front because you two can help out. Then we got you and you in the back because you can deal good damage. And as for you... Let's go... We still can't afford that, but we can afford a 9 for you, right? Yeah, so let's give you, Noble Phantasm Strength, Noble Phantasm Gain, Buster Card, Buster Effectiveness. I could give Necromancy. Just be careful, sure. Put Necromancy at the back. Sounds good. Kinda don't want just this on you, though. Oh well. It's probably the best we can do for now. Let's pop you up as a immediate usage battery type. Oh, you know what? Let's switch this off to something better then. And yeah, we'll give you that to get started. There we go. Okay. Well, actually, can we afford... Oh, we super can't afford anything else. Okay. Well, let's keep going. Man, that was a hell of a quarrel. Keep this up and one of you is going to end up dead. A quarrel? I think you misunderstand. We were genuinely risking our lives. Why's that? For that matter, why'd you hit those guys so hard anyway? I mean, I know they started it, but still, you guys must really hate each other. Pardon me, forgive the interruption, but have you ever seen those automata before? Nope, never. What are those things anyway? First I was freaking out because I thought you killed them. Then I saw they didn't bleed, or even when their limbs broke off, so I thought they might be scarecrows, but making scarecrows that complex seems kind of pointless, so now I don't know what to think. Come on, what kind of scarecrow would go around picking fights? Good point. Mr. Tanner, could I have a word with you on the shadow border? Yes, sir. What's up? Tell me, what do you make of the villagers' reactions? Yeah, they took this really in stride. Indeed, they seem to be completely oblivious to the danger. They were far more worked up when they found us trampling their fields. I can understand how they might regard our fight with Akuta as something that doesn't concern them. The same cannot be said for these mechanical dolls. Akuta Hinako did not bring these over from proper human history. This technology is foreign to us. What's more, Shan Yang clearly sent them to reinforce her. All this leads me to believe that these automata are a type of weapon native to this world, and yet the people who live here claim they have never seen them before.
So what? Maybe these are just a bunch of backward country bumpkins.
We can assume that Akuta has formed an alliance with this world's ruler, just like we've seen in previous Lostbelts. For the moment, let us further assume that this ruler is in fact King Huwang. If that is true, it would certainly be sensible that he would send these automata to aid her in battle. That stands to reason, on seeing us fight their nation's armed forces, these farmers would see us as a threat and treat us accordingly. And yet that proves not to be the case. In which case, I can draw only one conclusion, which is that these villagers are so wholly ignorant of war, they do not even know weaponry.
What? Is that even possible?
It is. However, we all saw the fight-or-flight reflex tended toward the former on our initial encounter. So while I doubt this world is completely devoid of danger... Yeah, I was gonna say, do you hear that racket outside? I was like, I heard some. Oh, it's more of those strange monsters. Why are you freaking out? Isn't it the supervisor's job to get rid of things like that? How the hell are we supposed to chase those things away with a stick? Please, travelers, you gotta help us. Indeed, I believe we should lend a helping hand here as well. Right, moving to intercept hostiles. Woohoo! Okay, just hostiles? Just random dudes? Because that's the case. That's surprising. That this entire node is just for one set of random enemies. I've heard this is about 30% shorter, but still. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that is a Yotun. Oh my god, it's an NFF branded Yotun. How the heck? That's very strange. Alright, well, interesting. I mean, you might be screaming asset reuse, but I'm, you know, at least they have something to make you go, hey, wait a second. Okay, let's go. Good music here. I like it. Okay. I mean, we fought literally this set of enemies a bunch of times already, so I'm actually not worried kind of at all. Do some of this. Big hitty. Nice. Oh, I didn't put on her growth again. Darn it. Every time I come back to this, like, I gotta remember. Okay, so you know what? Let's pop this on you. Okay, then let's go like this. Oh, you're done. Okay. Oh, wow. The scratch is so scary, we all lose C-stars. Don't ask how that works. Let's do a full combo while we can. Look at her go. Okay, so let's go. Well, probably the best to do this. We'll try this. Crit. Yeah. Okay. And let's go 1, 2, 3 to finish these fellers off. Alright. It is interesting, though, because I remember people saying that this Lostbelt is the most challenging chapter of the game currently released after Shimosa. which is... I'm not seeing that right now, but then I remember Shimosa was in the bosses, so we'll see. And, like, the circumstances, right? Being locked with certain servants. Those creatures aren't native to this land either. No, they weren't. That was a Jotun. Type of giant we fought in the Scandinavian Lostbelt. Well, this just keeps getting weirder, huh? Two of them are running away, so they probably got a nest somewhere nearby around here. A nest? Yeah, better track them down and wipe them out, or things are gonna get way worse around here, seeing how this village has shit all for defenses. And you guys really are amazing. I can't believe you took care of those scary monsters just like that.
There's nothing I like more than shielding the weak.
I hate to think of us as weak, but I can't blame you. The only way we could have won is with Heavenly Emperor's divine aid. I see, so the reason you supervisors wield weapons is indeed solely to defend the village? That's right, not that we have a lot to do, of course. Usually the most we have to worry about is chasing off the odd stray dog or boar. Well, that and helping the occasional drunkard cool off, I guess. What about invasions from foreign countries? Are you not concerned about those? Foreign countries?
You know, the places foreigners come from. Remember how the elder used to tell us he heard there were places other than here when he was just a kid?
Chotomate kudasai. What exactly do you mean when you say foreigners?
Well, what do we mean? I'm not sure what to say.
We've just heard rumors they say they look like us, but they're actually monsters that are scarier than any boar. And that they like to eat our livers instead of our crops.
That's why we thought you were going to eat us when we first showed up. Sorry about that.
I see. Now I understand.
Oh boy.
The people of this Lostbelt have no concept of separate nations, or at least their only knowledge is derived from distorted ancient legend and hearsay.
So what, you're saying that probably Qin Empire dominated this entire world? You're kidding. Is it even possible for people to put aside all their ethnic and religious differences to make that happen? So that's why they've never seen soldiers before, let alone war.
That means this world is so perfectly peaceful that not only do people not need to arm themselves, they do not even know what weapons are. This country is the ideal nation made reality. Can you imagine such a thing?
No fighting at all, huh? Oh yeah, those are just terracotta soldiers, huh? Interesting.
I've arrived at Mount Lee, Your Imperial Majesty. Which warrior would you like me to unseal?
If this were a foreign expedition, it would be no matter if they were somewhat free-spirited. But since this is a domestic matter, we would prefer not to use someone too rambunctious.
Then you are saying we should not evaluate a warrior on combat ability alone.
If they were to incite a rebellion, we could not keep an eye on them and Kali at the same time. For example, do not even think about releasing anyone like the Daoyan brothers. They could get carried away and try to take over the empire for themselves. We need a warrior who's not only brave, but also kind and modest. One who is fiercely loyal to this empire and its people, who will defend them at all costs. We would like you to choose this warrior, Captain.
Me, Your Imperial Majesty? Or are you sure you want me to handle such an important task?
Why else would we send you, our Captain of the Guard, all the way to Mount Lee? Surely you are aware that reviving a frozen hero carries some risk?
Well, yes, of course.
Something could even go wrong with their mind during the unsealing, causing them to fly into a rage. It would be bitterly ironic if we were to release a hero for the purpose of preventing a war, only for them to transform into disaster incarnate. So we deemed it prudent to have you present for the unsealing in such an event. Such a danger did present itself, do you understand?
So, you're saying you want me to deal with them in case they happen to go berserk?
Indeed, this hero must be strong enough to defend those heroic spirits from another world, but not so strong that you would be unable to stop them in an unfortunate situation. With all these requirements to consider, would you not prefer to choose this hero yourself?
I see. Your kindness and wisdom humbles me, Your Imperial Majesty.
Frozen heroic spirits. Interesting. I see you have yet another impressive trump card up your sleeve.
Mount Lee is the jewel of our empire. It is the mausoleum where the brave warriors who once fought by our side now sleep in peace.
True, it's always tricky figuring out what to do with the brutes you used to establish a new regime. Short-sighted, short-tempered rulers tend to go with the whole "you have outlived your usefulness" route and just off their servants. But not you, Your Imperial Majesty. How clever of you to literally keep them on ice so they can be useful to you again.
These warriors deserve to be praised for all eternity for their help in establishing peace. That said, we cannot bestow all of them with the same immortality we possess. Well, there is little that can be done to cushion the shock they experience when they are awakened, and see how much has changed. Fighting on new battlefields has become a common enough occurrence for them now. They are now accustomed to it. What do you think? Do you not agree it is a much cleaner system than your heroic spirits?
Oh yes, I can't wait to see what happens next. I've always loved the word freeze heart. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. What is this she-witch up to? Feel like she's gonna try and do her own thing. Okay. How long's this next section? Okay, now we start to get a long one. Alright, guys. I will see you next time for some more Fate Grand Order, where we continue on with this mission and go for a long one now. Interesting. We're going to see what it is. Alright, guys. We'll see you then next time for that. Ciao.